Wake up, everyone! It's time for the Kids Corner. And I have a feeling that Mr. Jacobs' radio is going to be switched on. And we'll all get to join our friends on the Kids Corner. There's sure to be programs, songs, and tons of fun. So get ready! There's no telling what kinds of adventure and lessons are in store on this week's Kids Corner. Well, here we go!
I am ever so glad you could join me for this little party, Guinevere. I had hopes to visit you at your father's mansion in Berkeley, but time slips so quickly these days, I fear.
I do understand, my friend. My sister and I have missed having you over. But enough about the past. Will you be going to the ball at Cornwall Manor? I hear everyone will be there, including Mr. Thomas of Sodor.
Aye, and his irksome aunt.
Lady Topham? Irksome?
One and the same, my friend. I can't abide her ramblings of finding useful servants. Why, just the other day I heard that she shut one of her servants away because he wished to stay out of the rain.
No, this can't be the same person. She took in Tobias and Henrietta, who lost everything, and the two Scotsmen who were on the run.
Whatever the case, I doubt I shall be attending. Do pass on my greetings to Masters James and Edward.
And Master Percival?
Will old Percy be there?
That's what I've heard. I thought you would have known, seeing as you and he have had a correspondence for some time.
He hadn't mentioned it.
Oh, perhaps it was meant as a surprise. Oh dear, I have gone and ruined it.
Do not think so, my friend, for how are you to know he hadn't told me? Besides, perhaps he wasn't sure if he'd be able to make it and didn't want to raise my hopes. Or perhaps this is all some idle chatter and he isn't planning on attending at all.
Yes, best not act on a mere rumor. Quite right?
You do think he would tell me if you were planning on being there?
Come now, Joy. Put your heart at ease and simply come with me tonight. It would be a terrible bore without you. And if Percy should come and you did not, the regrets you would harbor would be much worse than if you had come and he had not.
Let me consider it a while.
Well, as you spend your time considering, I shall listen to the radio.
Good morning, Fiona. How are you?
Good morning, Lionel. I'm well, and you?
Oh, can't complain. I took Flynn for a walk, got some reading done, and Joy and Gwen have been having a quiet tea party as they listen to the radio.
A tea party? Oh, how delightful. I haven't attended one of those in... well, it's been a while.
Would you like to join them? I'm sure they have an extra teacup.
Lionel, really? It is very impolite to invite yourself to a private tea party. Besides, half the fun of a tea party is being invited.
Oh, well, of course. Well, I'm sure they wouldn't mind if you came in and said hello.
Perhaps just to say hello.
Right this way, madam.
Why, thank you, sir.
And so I was saying, I think she would much prefer to...
Hi, Miss Fiona. Won't you join us? We were just preparing to pour a fresh pot of tea.
Yes, do join us.
I didn't mean to impose.
Nonsense. Here, I'll set up another seat for you.
I shall be in the kitchen if you ladies need anything.
Thank you, Mr. Jacobs.
My, this is a fancy party. Wherever did you get these saucers and teacups? They are beautiful.
They're Joy's mom's. Apparently, they've been in the family for years.
Yeah, she said that if I'm very careful with them, we could use them for the party. Would you like some tea, Miss Fiona?
I would love some. Thank you.
Cream?
Please. So, what have you two been up to this week?
School, mostly. We're reading all kinds of books in my class.
Any favorites?
I like a few of them. There's My Side of the Mountain, Oliver Twist. There are more, but you get the idea.
I see. And you, Gwen?
Math, social studies, the basics.
I see. Oh my. What kind of tea is this?
Iced tea?
Yeah, we didn't want to risk getting burned.
That's understandable. Would you be terribly insulted if I asked Mr. Jacobs to make me some hot tea?
Oh, not at all. I'll ask him myself. Be right back.
Oh, do be careful, dear. Oh, dear. Don't move, anyone. Let's not step on any of the pieces.
My mom's teacup. I broke it.
It's okay, Joy. It's going to be fine.
How? It's in millions of pieces!
It's not that bad, dear.
Yeah, it's only a dozen pieces at the most.
Not helping.
Gwen, would you mind getting me a towel? Perhaps we can collect the pieces. Joy, do you want... You know, it might be best if you just listen to the radio. It all will be fine. Here, let me start it for you.
I think that's all of the pieces.
Yeah, I don't think there's any more.
Do you think it can be repaired, Lionel?
It should be, Fiona. I have some glue that I've used before to fix china like this. It'll take a little time, but it shouldn't be too big of a problem.
Hear that, Joy? Your mom's teacup will be all right.
Are you all right, dear?
Mom told me to be careful with her tea set, and I wasn't. Now look. She's gonna be so angry. I shouldn't have asked her in the first place.
Now, Joy. It was an accident. I'm sure your mother will understand.
But she trusted me. When she hears what happened, she'll never trust me again.
Who says that she has to find out?
I'm pretty sure if Joy wants her mother to trust her, a good place to start is to not hide things from her, Gwen.
Well, it was just a thought.
Yeah, but I'm scared to tell her what happened. This was a family treasure, and I ruined it.
It can be frightening to do the right thing at times, but I'm sure that as much as she loves her teacup, she loves you even more.
Well, I guess. But we're not talking about love here, Mr. Jacobs. We're talking about being afraid of my mom.
I understand that, Joy. But in 1 John 4:18, it tells us that perfect love takes away all fear.
Even fear of getting punished?
Actually, specifically fear of getting punished. God uses his own love as an example by giving us his son so that we can be forgiven and not live in fear of punishment for the wrong things we do.
But Joy's mom isn't God. I'm pretty sure she's just gonna be mad.
Perhaps. But moms have a special kind of love for their kids that goes beyond broken teacups. I'm sure she will be understanding, if not a little upset.
Yeah. Maybe if we do our best to fix the teacup, it'll make it easier for her to be understanding.
We can definitely give it a try. Let me go get my glue and work clamps.
And we'll listen to the radio while you work.
All right, I think that'll do it. Fortunately, none of the pieces were really small, so I think we might have a near-perfect repair on our hands.
It's beautiful, Mr. Jacobs. Thank you so much.
I have to agree with Joy, Lionel. That teacup is as good as new.
Well, you can still see where it cracked, but it's really small. Do you think it will be able to hold tea again, Mr. Jacobs?
I'm pretty sure it will.
Good.
Mr. Jacobs, I'm still confused about what we were talking about. You know, about fear and love?
Oh, really? What's giving you trouble, Gwen?
Well, doesn't the Bible say we need to be afraid of God? I thought I remembered reading that somewhere.
Yes, I hadn't thought of those verses, but I think I can explain.
Okay.
In Proverbs 9:10, the Bible tells us that the fear of the Lord is where being wise starts. This is talking about when people are doing the wrong thing and suddenly realize that this is not making him happy. When you realize that you're making someone as powerful as God unhappy, it can be pretty scary, and it makes you want to know how to stop. And that is a very wise thing to do.
But fearing God is more than just being aware of how awesome he is. It's also about doing your best to not hurt him. It's like these teacups. We aren't afraid of the teacups, but we are afraid that if we aren't careful, we might damage them. In the same way, we need to realize that, like in any friendship, our actions can hurt God's feelings, like it says in Philippians 2:12.
Interesting perspective, Fiona. I hadn't thought of it like that before.
But when we do make the wrong choices and hurt him, we don't have to be afraid to ask for his forgiveness because he loves us.
Exactly.
Well, speaking of asking for forgiveness, I should probably go tell Mom what happened.
Yes. Perhaps we should clean up the tea party first, so you can take the rest of the dishes with you as well.
Good idea. Just, be careful with them.
We've been using them all morning, Joy. I think they'll be fine.
Okay. Sorry.
It's all right. I'll take the serving platter out if one of you will get the teacups and saucers.
I've got it.
I'll get the teapot.
And I'll... Well, I guess all that's left to get is the radio.